this team, it drives me insane. It genuinely drives me insane because I feel like every single series I watch with ROKKR, they have the opportunity to win it. But I still don't know how I actually feel about this team and its completion. Boston win the attack, and they will take this one 3-0. And we were expecting a closer game than that, Ton.
The subliners managed to get the job done against ROKKR. No comeback today.
Losing is never fun when you just feel like winning in the palm of your hand, or it's like one little thing goes different or one little thing changes, you can win the game.
During Major II and the stages and everything, the team just overall wasn't clicking at all. Not even in our signature mode, Search and Destroy, we were still struggling. We went down 0-2 every single series of our qualifiers.
First two stages, we didn't play good at all. We're at the bottom of the leaderboards pretty much, and we had to get top 8 to make champs, so there was a lot at stake, especially going into stage 3. We knew we had to make a change because things just weren't working out. We weren't playing well.
Yeah, Minnesota mediocre is kind of the vibes I'm getting at the moment. I mean, I know it's harsh, but it's just middle of the road. They're middle of the road right now, and I want to see more. Look, they have time in terms of switching it up. I'd like to see it prove me wrong and then get to that stage where they can start beating these teams. But right now, it just looks kind of clean cut, exactly where they are, middle of the pack.
We knew going into Major II that, unfortunately with our home series, that we weren't going to do too much, being honest. And the trajectory was just going straight down, so we need to switch things up.
Brian Saint here, coach of the Minnesota Røkkr, and it's no secret that our team has been performing below our expectations throughout the first half of the season. We felt like the progress we were making was looking overall pretty good going into Major II, but we performed incredibly below our expectations there, so we're going to be trialing things around with our roster and slotting players in from challengers and the pro scene alike to kind of see who fits our current core of players. Choosing the roster that we did, we trialed a few different ones. We were kind of split between two, but ultimately the majority of everyone decided the roster we went with was the best one.
Havoc has him in a headlock. Oh my god, the lives dwindling fast for LAG.
These are massive gunfights from both of these squads. Havoc does it with the pistol as well. 29-11.
Havoc is instantly on the flank. Thank you for 1. Thank you for 2. 3 down.
We brought in Cole, and he brought a lot of energy, a lot of good positive things that we needed.
I think Cole brings a lot of hardpoint knowledge. He's always been a pretty solid S&D player in terms of just getting first bloods and applying pressure.
I've been around in this professional Call of Duty scene for about 7 years now.
You just see freshness across the board. Everyone feels a little bit different. They have a little bit more fire under their.
He's someone who's floated in and out of the league, so this season for him was kind of, I need to make a statement now, or I'm probably not going to get a good chance again, and he's been playing like it.
I felt like I was really good this year. It's one of my better CODs individually, so I wanted to wait to get on a good team because I'm getting older in COD years.
We always say the Challengers players get the most reps because they play in cups every single weekend. He has the passion, the willingness to learn, and then just the knowledge he brought of how we should be playing hardpoints.
His team had a really good fundamental system. He could bring a lot of knowledge on how to play certain team situations, how to rotate to certain hills, how his old team liked to play. We kind of bounce off each other a lot.
Honestly, all of us were kind of chill, and then Eli was mainly the more loud one, hype one. So bringing Cole on, he kind of is a little level above Eli, and I think it kind of helps everyone.
This guy gets the jersey, he doesn't want to take it off.
I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to play.
Going into Pro-Am, we obviously made the roster change, so we're going in excited to play at the squad.
I'm ready to turn up. Ready to turn up.
We have a really good game coming up next. It's going to be the Minnesota Røkkr versus Optic Texas to see who's going to be on top of that group. I can't wait.
Shotty now has to make another magic play. Sandy takes him down, and a player from Optic has found their way in. It's Dashy, who's just trying to stop it. He finds 2, and they'll get through as well. Somehow it's General. Dashy has found magic once again as Optic take P1 away from Røkkr, and Røkkr are miles away. Røkkr are so far, they are going out. They will not go through to the bracket. Optic Gaming have found it, and they take this series 3-1. And the play at the end shouldn't have been possible.
That was absolutely huge. And Optic Texas will live to fight another day.
We had a lot of pressure on us. We fell short with it, and we didn't play that great. I think in the back of our minds, we all kind of knew how good of a team we could still be. It just sucked because like we want to have that honeymoon stage where we come out and fry, and we didn't end up doing that.
I really like broke down in my hotel room, like crying. It was so sad because I felt like I was a total failure. Like I really wanted to like prove myself there. So that was really humbling.
I don't even know what was going on in the control because I was like pushed up for so long.
Dude, I was too.
No, everyone was pushed up. I was the only one not pushed up.
And they just got our spot on.
They just kept killing me. They literally broke by jumping from stone steps into the window. Like we didn't even want to win.
No, I died and I spectated that.
The thing is,
I didn't tell him
doing that. With him doing that, you shouldn't have had to watch the
I know, but the comms were, hey, Dill, hit a route off spawn. And then like...
No, we didn't say hit a route off spawn.
Yes, I did. I said take a route.
Nah, you said take a route after like way longer after. And then I took a route and then he shot me in the back.
Dill was in a position where all three of you guys, all you needed to do was have eyes forward. You win the game.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy stone watching the pinch for no reason. Dill had everything.
We weren't running for shit, bro. I don't know what we were doing.
Even at the end, like, did you get called off your play down? You were literally fire tank and you had all a pinch, and then you gave it up.
Why was the last time I have spawn? Just hit the route. Just fucking go forward. Does that make sense?
There was obviously like a miscommunication and like a lack of information that we should have had. We just obviously didn't want to win. 3 straight maps, just stroke.
I'd much rather a stroke like that here and then instead of next week. That's all I can say about that.
Even though we didn't do necessarily the best at the Pro-Am, I still saw glimpses like of what we're capable of, and I feel like that inside kind of made me keep believing.
Now I have like a lot of confidence in myself and the team. Like we just need to stop being dumb in like high pressure situations. Like every map was just like one mistake that we didn't do out of the 10 that we did would have won us the game. It hurts again, but there's like a lot of hope with this team, a lot of promise and potential.
We didn't like chalk it up after the Pro-Am. We kind of came back and like had a good mindset about it. When we were scrimming, I could just tell we were playing like the game correct, and like the game felt easy a lot, and we haven't really felt like that like the entire year, at least I haven't.
We got more, don't worry.
Going into qualifiers was kind of like, when I joined the team, there was this fire that was lit, but we couldn't take advantage of that before the Pro-Am.
We were already a new roster, so of course there's like extra pressure on you, you feel from the community and the team and everything, but it just gets you motivated.
Feeling good, baby. Another game day.
It's bounty week, and I'm the main hunter. I'm coming for that money.
Coming into this stage, we were the 10th seed, right above New York and Paris.
The mindset going into the stage was, we got to win now, and we got to win a lot, or we're not going to make champs.
Let's go, lock the f in, let's win this map. Let's go.
This is going to be a spicy one, man.
It's a decent map pool, I'd say, for LAG. Obviously, Minnesota right now is mostly just an unknown quantity.
The lives are gone now for Los Angeles Gorillas. They have been beheaded. And that crown from Major 2 has just rolled all over the floor in Tuscan. 20 seconds, all down to Spa. This has been a massacre. Minnesota Røkkr. That was a swift and incredibly decisive 3-0.
Minnesota Røkkr versus LA Thieves match.
It should be an interesting one. We're yet to see the full potential of ROKKR.
Thieves do have the advantage here. There's not a lot of time left for Røkkr. He finds a second.
6v4, 23 seconds. Do or die for the side of ROKKR on this map in particular. Priester finds the opening, though. Is this it for ROKKR?
He's gone through. Attack is found on and somehow they've just split this around. Octane has to make every single kill, and he hasn't done it. And now Minnesota Røkkr pile in. That is ticking away, and they have done it. Røkkr shut down the Thieves, and they 3-0 them here on the control.
When we go into matches and we were like 3-0ing teams, I was like, all right, we're getting nasty. Like this is it.
This match is going to be insane between Toronto and Minnesota. Minnesota, obviously, they are trying to just change their story for this team. Now they're trying to conquer the North, and it's going to be tough because Toronto Ultra, you can never count them out. This is going to be the story of the series for me. Whoever can take this map at 1, if it's Minnesota, I feel like they're going to have that good momentum to take that S&D, and this series might get done in 3.
Both of these teams can't win in here, but look at the play coming in from Bance. As Kleenex eliminates that player from the point, Bance is going to be that cutoff man to at least locate these players that are pushed out, and that's a beautiful play coming in from Bance. He influences the spawns to now spawn all the way towards tower, and this is going to be Toronto Ultra's first map.
Toronto locking up game number 1. What a matchup. Minnesota, unbelievably solid when it comes down to search, destroy, and especially on our game number 2 on Berlin.
Everything in their favor. This is their game mode to win.
So now in a 1v1 with 20 seconds left, Kleenex versus Priesta.
Priesta gonna grab the bomb. Kleenex does get that indicator. Tries to plant it, but again, it's Kleenex. Will lead Toronto to the promised land, up 2-0 in this series. It's time for Tuscan control. We're looking at what could be a 3-0 sweep after what was Minnesota, who have had back-to-back 3-0 sweeps. Minnesota have woken up in this series. You can just feel it right now. They have got that defense locked up, but they are eyeing up this round in particular. Both Havoc and Standy trying to go on the flank. A quick trade to Standy will lock things up, wipe them down, and Minnesota comes screaming back into this series. Will Minnesota rise from the ashes as they've done many times in the Battle of the North historically? They've got to do something that they have yet to do this season, and that is to take a Tuscan HP.
At the end of the Tuscan Hardpoint versus Toronto, 4th map to make it last map, I made the best play I've made all season to close that game out, and I felt like a god. I felt really good. Just the route I took, the way I stayed alive to buy time, and just like how good I was already doing that map too, like 40 and 20, and then to make such a heads-up play, like I felt so accomplished.
10 seconds left on P1. This is going to force Toronto off the rotation. Who's going to be the player to try to make a play? It's going to be Havoc. Already 40 and 20. Tries to sneak his way on, wins the first gunfight. There's going to be a lot of pressure here, though, as Standy's going to help him from top radio. That's going to be 3 players from Minnesota in a position. Make it all 4. Minnesota are in control, and they're going to be able to force the game 5.
Hug it out, boys. You deserve it. You bought yourself a ticket to a game 5 in this series, and largely in part to Havoc.
Havoc has read this. Can he find the timing? He finds the first one, finds the second as well. Now left is Kleenex in a 1v2, and now a 1v1.
A 1v1 for the game. Kleenex has got to plant down this bomb, but Priesta will be there to seal the deal, and there you have it. $10,000 on the line in Minnesota. Clutch up again.
It kind of showed that when stuff is on the line, we can still fight back, we can still do good. I think like the reverse sweep versus Toronto is kind of what like ignited everything. We're just like, yo, we're capable, we can do this.
He went down 0-2 and fought back, and a big showing from like Colt, and to like step up those last 3 maps and just like to kind of take over. So we faced adversity and we stepped up to the plate.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, Minnesota finds themselves up 2-0 versus Atlanta FaZe after what feels like 2 dominant maps from the Røkkr side. Atlanta FaZe look as if they will push that round number 5. Unless Priesta can come up with something magical, something historical. No respawns right now for Røkkr, but hey, we've got to put ourselves on pause. 1.5 seconds on the clock. Atlanta FaZe, they've got to push their way in. They've got to dig their way through. Nades, tacticals, utility tossed out. But take a look at this. Take a look at right now from Minnesota. And they do not push on to the point. Røkkr 3-0 sweep for Minnesota. And a 5-0 in series count, flawless at Major 3 qualifiers.
Oh my God, the statement has been made. 15v5.
That's just like the most important match to get that last win to secure the first seed, get the extra 10 CDL points, and then you're playing against FaZe, one of the best, if not the best team in the game. So it's always a good test versus them, and we came out swinging and played really well. Dropped like 40 kills first map, and then we just kind of kept the momentum going. Present goes 10-1 the next map, and then we just had a crazy clutch at the end of map 3 to close it out. So it was just a really good feeling to like we could show that we can compete with like the best teams in the game.
Having a 6-0 week map count was something we haven't really seen ever. I feel like even dating back to last year, when we won our series, they're usually pretty gritty. I mean, we did have some 3-0s here and there, but it always felt like, you know, we had to go to the game 4, the game 5 to win them.
Going into Toronto as the #1 seed, like, felt really good. Knowing you can, like, lose a series is definitely a better feeling than knowing, like, if you go there and lose 1 series, you're just done.
Those 50 CDL points are going to help us out a lot in our push for champs, and we're just feeling confident coming into it.
feel the hockey in here.
We landed late last night, you know, had to go to a late night dinner. Today has been really boring. We've just been trying to play and we haven't been able to.
We had some internet delays and some tech issues going on for 2 hours, it feels like. So finally, hopefully we're back and we're good so we can scrim.
Play a little bit, get some reps in, get the kinks out and ready for the weekend. Just kind of get into that flow.
Get back in the mojo, get back in the swing of things, and go out and do our thing, man. I'm excited to play.
The team's feeling great right now. Our S&D is fantastic. It's been the best it's ever been. Obviously, we went 5-0 in control this stage, so we're feeling good about our control as well. I think if we're able to build some momentum in the game on hardpoint, we'll just be able to run away with the series easily.
That first match versus LAT definitely didn't go the way we wanted it to.
But now Octane takes down Standy. Now in a 2v1, it's all on Havoc. To try to keep his team in this game. Multiple players from the Thieves are just watching this bomb down in the back of their spawn. Octane with a great position, but loses the gunfight. Now huge one-on-one, Envoy versus Havoc.
Two players who love positions like this. Havoc goes back for the bomb. Envoy's aware of it, and he will close out the 1v1 and give LAT the W in this series. And who would have thought, not just one, but 2 search and destroys is how the Thieves walk away with it. What a day.
The S&Ds just felt so out of our control, not confident, like the respawns were. We weren't confident in our play calling.
This is the game right here. This is literally the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is the game. Yeah, we should, yeah.
They played slow every round, then late round they made a play, and that's when we were getting blooded because we were trying to do something, or we're in a weird spot. When we gotta recognize the timings.
We weren't working together well.
Mid-round together.
Yeah, mid-round together, double hitting A bomb.
We weren't reading our setup and being
We're kind of overthinking how they were going to hard counter us, when if we just made decisive play calls together, I think we would have won both those S&Ds, but we just spread the map a lot, weren't in any tradable positions, and we just got picked and first blooded, I think probably 80 and 90% of the rounds in that series.
If we would have won that, we would have been top 6 facing Atlanta FaZe next, and we would have had top 6, 20 points, a little bit more money, and then still in winner's bracket, which is a huge advantage, so it was a tough loss.
I don't think we'll do that again. I don't think we'll ever make those mistakes again. That was that hurt. I don't know what else to say besides that, just hurts. For top 6 too, ugh. Makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, there's a lot more cards being played. One match at a time.
Yeah, we still have a big losers room in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's literally one match at a time.
Yeah, I lit up because I got gunned. I never got turned on. The city's huge here. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. Bro, look how big that building is. I sound like a kid, but it's true though. It's cool. I'm from the suburbs, so.
Get the comms going. Cool. The comms going. Preston.
Have ourselves a day, boys.
I think all of us were frustrated after that LAT because winning 3 S&D rounds when we're considered to be the best S&D team is unacceptable. So going into the Boston series, I think it was just trying to get our confidence back. We had a gritty Bokage, obviously, that came down to time in a 1-point game, but I think after that, it probably crushed Boston a little bit because I think there was throws on both sides, but they really threw the ending of that.
And this is it, final 10 seconds now for Breach. In you go, kills come through. No one in the point. 9 seconds on the game clock. ROKKR now in control. TJ finds one, no more to be had. ROKKR are back on it. Havoc, Standy, finding kills, game clock's open. It's a 1-second lead right now for ROKKR. You have to get the kills. Oh my God, it's gonna come down to the game clock. Contest, find a kill. ROKKR get the win. That was a particularly spicy bocage.
I got up, I fist bumped everyone, pat him on the back, and then like was standing on the edge of the stage. I think I yelled like, "You gotta win that! Like, you guys are ass."
Hide and seek map 1 champion standing delivering.
We liked our maps, we worked on our siege, and you saw the arrows moving together, you saw us all going together, fix up our S&D, and that's how we win our series.
When you're losing, you're down bad. Like you just want to sit in a corner and cry. So like when we're winning, it feels good. Like you win, you go back, vibe, eat, get food together. Like you're just having a good time. So just positive vibes, man.
Anyone that's above us or right below us that gets knocked out or we knock them out is so good. Whew, what a day.
They're both medium, one's garlic medium.
I'll do the garlic one. Garlic's fine.
It's an added salt.
What? We didn't make the run.
3 defensive rounds, I got 1 kill in each defense round. That's why we're getting LJ on.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's a Zaza thing right there. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I'm a Zaza twin.
Wait, do I tweet out the anime gift? I think I should, bro. No, because listen,
I'm not gonna look at the light.
Uriah has to do Uriah.
Yeah, you should.
You like got 2 cool now? Get to the next day.
They're befriending him. Now they're getting closer.
You're like, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to get grabbed.
Are you trying to grab them?
No.
Pitcher man, come on. UI.
We made it to a Saturday. Hey, you're just taking it one day at a time right here.
Going into the Toronto match, we kind of knew that was going to be the most important match in terms of our losers bracket run. They were the team that played us the closest in the group stage. We had to reverse sweep them to beat them, and that was their only loss this group stage as well. So they've been playing fantastic.
Where's the hometown team? I think the crowd's gonna love us.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna love us. It'll be fun.
All right, boys. Bokic, Tuscan, Berlin.
As long as the crowd's into it, whether they're with or against you, it's fun.
We go into that series, confident. The first map was super close. I think we lost by like 5 points. Another super mixy Bokic hard point.
These teams, they know each other so well. It just always feels like they're matching up 1 versus 1. Inside office spawn, he's on 9 kills as well. The slaying is just so one-sided as the Ultra Boys have come out swinging. But Røkkr trying to make the comeback. Now you get a 4-man wipe if you're Røkkr. Somehow you continue to survive. You got 20 points left on the hard point. You're just down around 20. You can still do this if you're Røkkr. It's only a 2-point game. They're going to get off of it. Here comes a push for Standy. The first man in, but Kleenex able to find 3. Kleenex with 3 on the rotation. The last player is taken down, and there we go.
We went down on 1, and then their S&D, we had a good game plan for it. They honestly played it really well.
It's a map they're very comfortable with, the Tuscan S&D, which is actually what we vetoed last time. We played them in the group stage to play Berlin instead, but seeing how their Berlin's been in the stage and how ours has been, we decided to take them on Tuscan.
Røkkr, this is, what they always say, it's never chalked. They are used to this first Ultra. They go down on 1. Here we go, Ultra on the attack. Now all down to standing at 1 versus 2.
The 2v3, ready and looming, all on Standy to make the clutch.
Not gonna take it, Benjamin Bance with the plant! Now they're gonna reposition, just play together. You know he has his sniper, it's gonna be so hard to take you down, and that's the call. Priesta, Standy just pushing through the middle of the map, and there we go, Røkkr on the board. Can Cammy find it? He's gonna push on through, he might have it! Cammy with all 4! The 3-on-3, Cammy almost brings it back, but the MP40 able to take him down. His insight quickly, the last man alive. Okay, there's a nice shot.
Røkkr, they're able to quickly answer.
Now a 2 versus 4. I mean, a minute to work with, but you got a lot of work to do if you are Priestahh and Standy.
He got spotted.
Cammy with 2.
Yeah, they just stack up perfectly there and you, and it is easy.
So you can rotate so fast.
okay.
Does connect on to 1. So now down to Priestahh.
Play your life, play your life. They're everywhere. He's just getting swarmed, no options. Another round Ultra, and a round away from a 2-0 edge in this best of 5.
And as time is ticking, it's a lot of question of where is that push going to come from? The timing, I think it's going to go his way.
It's going to go his way. He's still going to get a kill, but the trade is going to be there. Attach can be the last guy up. Trying to hit the melee, not able to do it. Now down to 1 versus 1, and nearly. I thought Attach pulls it off, but it's Cammy with the last lap. 2-0, Ultra. I'd like to know how much health Cammy has. I think Attach got a few bullets.
That map was just teams capitalizing on their first bloods. Both teams went 5 for 5 in bloods, but we lost the round 1 where we didn't capitalize on our first blood, and that was the reason we lost the map 6-4.
I think the hardpoint and the search and destroy were both like very, very winnable maps.
And then honestly, when we went down 0-2, I was like, is this like meant to be? Like, are we about to reverse sweep them again? Like, I'm down for it. Like, honestly, I was confident we were about to do it.
One more map and Ultra continue on to fight for potential major championship, but still work to do. They're all too familiar with the necessity to put away ROKKR. You've only got 34 seconds to go.
If they find Havoc, it's going to be 3 down. That's going to be 3 dead. A chance here. Standy, he was flanking. It's just 1 push. That is all you need. 2 ticks about to be done. The retake's so tough through the alleyway. They're able to work on through. Ultra, are they going to get it done? They win round number 1.
Every second starting to tick is ROKKR fueling the pressure. The forward guy is going to be Priestahh. Somehow he gets 2. A wonderful play with the pistol, but can they get onto the point to get onto it? 0.7 seconds to go. Attach is trying to snap. They're searching on forward. He's cleared off the point. Now 1 more round for Ultra.
We started slowly bringing it back, and then it was last round, and we just couldn't clutch up. They did their thing.
Still tucked away in a pocket close will be Cammy. He's hunting for more. He's on 4, up to 34 in the game. Attach getting a haircut, but he's able to pop and get a little bit of help. Priestahh and Standy get a clutch up. But it's a 3v9 in the lives total.
Now it's a 2v9. Now a 1v9.
1 player left.
Standy, what can you do?
He's gone! This time, there is no miracle. Ultra close it out in 3.
We started really slow, let them have a big clutch round to start that map. We're able to claw it back, but we can't really rely on just these bailout rounds and control time and time again to, reverse sweep in those modes.
We're just like taking shortcuts and not taking the long routes when we need to, like not picking up the right lanes. Our communication was just like a little bit off. Like sometimes we get a little bit frantic. We kind of like sometimes get in that mode of just like kind of screaming callouts. And as soon as one person does that, then we all match each other. Which makes it like seem like very frantic. So I think that was one of our smaller, it's like a small but big mistake. But overall, like we just weren't picking up the right lane sometimes, and they're taking advantage of it.
It's all good. We have a lot to learn, bro. It was happening in the Boston series, so I could just tell what was going on.
It's been happening in scrims.
Yeah, it's been happening in scrims. We're just not playing a consistent way.
I was trying to set up a glide play where you guys sit outside of ticket and then glide, so then they start moving around and then we get in ticket.
And it was the one thing that we stressed every single time, just with Secret. I don't think there was a single defense that we lost that came down to anything else besides the guy getting through Secret and then ruining our entire setup.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it feels like I can't talk that much. Because everyone else is always talking.
What we need to focus on, there's just a couple things we need to do. Getting out early to get us to the good spot. Sneak behind them, be annoying, stay behind them. Trust your teammates to hold the rest of the hill.
It's pretty embarrassing how close we kept all these matches versus the other teams, because we're just letting other teams do what they want on the map, have the good spawn, hold hills, and we're constantly breaking, trying to pull something out of our and sometimes it's gonna work, most of the time it's not.
Going to stage 4, we're gonna be tied in the 9th spot with Florida at 110 points. However, the gap between 8th and even 5th or 6th is only going to be a max of 20, 30 points maybe for the 5th spot. So, I mean, we're still in a position where we kind of completely control our own destiny.
We need to get a lot of points in the qualifiers, start in winners, go make a run at the tournament, because if we don't, we might not be at the COD Championships, and that would be really embarrassing.
We have a hard week 1 to start stage 4, going up against Optic in our first match and then Florida in our second. Not gonna be easy matches by any means, but if we go 2-0 there and kind of get the ball rolling again, I think that momentum's gonna really, really help us with our champs push.
We're gonna keep putting repetition into our structure in our gameplay to make sure that when it comes to these high pressure situations on land, we habitually make the right play.
There's no limits to what we're gonna have to. We're gonna do whatever it takes, literally whatever it takes. We gotta beat people up, we gonna do that. We gotta emotionally get mad at people, yell and scream, we're gonna do that. We gotta be happy and nice to each other, we're gonna do that. We're gonna find a way to make it work, and we're gonna fight tooth and nail till we get it done.
I mean, it's the last stage, but we're just better than these teams, I swear.
We still control our own destiny. Yeah, we're at 9th, but I mean, we started off this stage in 10th seed and clawed to be 6th at one point.
I feel like I'm hitting form. I feel like Preston's hitting form. Eli and Dylan's one of the best players in the game right now.
The last time I wasn't at a champs was actually Black Ops 2 champs. I didn't go there. I snuck into Call of Duty Ghost Championships with a fake ID, and then I won it the next year, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been about 8-9 years, so I don't plan on missing this one, or people will pay.